Hello, everyone. Hey, Janet, how are you? Oh, I saw a sneak peek. I saw that Vicky's already on here, and Vicky was the winner of the $50 gift card. So congratulations, Vicky. You are the lucky winner. There she is. Hi, Vicky. So I'll just give it another minute before I get started on anything. Hi, Terry. Yes, don't forget to like, comment, and share this video too for a chance to win a $50 gift card like Vicky won. Okay, so we've got some eyeballs coming on. So I'm just going to give you a little rundown of what I'm going to do today. You see my little ATC journal here. So I've got a bunch in here already, and I'm going to add to that. So I'm going to work today on, I'm all tangled up there. I'm going to work on the prompt for September, which is black and white. So that's what I've done. I wonder if anybody guessed that when you saw the little sneak peek picture. You might have guessed that that's what I was going to be doing. Hey, Sylvia. Okay, so I'm just going to set that out of the way. So yeah, so I did some prep work so that I wouldn't have to fiddle with a bunch of little things during the video. So I'm just going to show you. So this is the Fancy Cutaway set, and I decided to use this one. So these are the same size as the ATCs. So I really wanted these as soon as I saw them so that I could use them on my ATCs. So that's the one I chose to use today. And then I used the torn set to cut out the bases because that matches nicely the corners of that one. It's nice and square. And so that's what I've done. I've just done some prep work. So we've got a few different components here. I'm just going to do two today. I should be able to finish two. Black and white, so they're going to be opposites. So I cut out my base for both of them. And then I cut out two of the actual full square, and then I cut out multiple extras, and then I trim them out to make a frame because I'm going to make a shaker. So initially I had cut this out extra so that I could show you how I made the frame, and then when I laid it over top, I thought that looks pretty cool, so I'm going to do that. So that's my plan. I'm going to make it a shaker. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully I don't spill anything today and make a big, huge mess of my desk. So just so you can see how I put it all together, I have some of the extra pieces on this white one. So I already started the frame. So this is just cut with regular cardstock. So it's pretty thin. So I've got quite a few layers on here already. I think I have 4 on there. This one is a little bit, it's still 4, but this is like a card press board. So this is a little bit thicker. I just had some scraps left over. I'll show you. It's kind of neat. So it's from a die cut. I think I threw those scraps away, but it basically was this. So it was die cuts and I kept it, but it was an alphabet. So I was able to put the die on top of it and run it through. Sorry, just gonna grab it. Right, so I stuck that on there, got my edges, and I ran it through. But because it was an alphabet, it was much easier. I thought I had kept the piece so I could show you, but apparently not. Anyway, so that's what I did there. And then once you have those cut, you just trim them off. So this one I've already trimmed off. And then I'm not going to trim off that one, right? I thought I cut an extra one. No, I didn't. So all I did was I took my scissors and I just went through and I trimmed them all off, right? Like this. So that was my extra one so that I could show you what I did. But then I changed my mind. So hang on, I'm just going to cut another one real quick just to show you because I want you to see what's involved in actually trimming that out. It's pretty easy. I think I saw a piece of leftover in there. Let me just pop that out so it cuts properly. Where is it? There it is. I don't want it to run into a problem with it not cutting. So I just got my die cut machine just sitting beside me here. So I just put that on my plate, and you see I'm putting it on an angle because anything that's a straight line cuts much better if it's on an angle. So I'm just going to run that through my machine. Hopefully I don't shake my table up too much. That's good. There we go. So for anybody that's just jumping on, I'm just showing you how I'm going to assemble and make a shaker ATC card using this die from the Fancy Cutaways set. So just pop all of those out. Doesn't really matter. Put that aside. I can clean that up later. Okay. So then I just went, whoops, and I cut all of these pieces off. Oops. I'm not too worried about it being totally neat, but what I am doing is trying to make sure that I err on this side, right? See how I've got a little bit extra of the border on there, which is fine because then it makes it easier when I'm sticking them together. I don't want a piece sticking out like that, right? Because then you would see that. There. And then you just do the same thing. So it takes a little bit longer to do this, but not much. See, it's pretty easy. The trickiest part was the corner here, but it's really not that hard. So again, I just err on this side to make sure that it's going to be under as opposed to sticking out. So hopefully that makes sense what I'm saying there. Oops. And then that gives me, oh, I'm going to go this way. Another frame. So, like I said, I have 4 already, and this is just very basic white cardstock, maybe 60 pound, I think. So it's not overly heavy. And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to attach these onto here. So that's what I did with this one too. I'm just going to take my liquid adhesive and just run a little bead. So I don't want too much. It'll start to ooze out too much if I put too much on, right? But I do want to make sure that it's covered because I'm going to put little tiny, whoa, all of a sudden the comments just went kind of crazy there. Whoa, was nothing and then there's a bunch. Because it's a shaker, so I do want to make sure that it's stuck and that nothing's going to come out because, oh, get off there. What I'm going to put in the shaker is really fine. So then I just place this on here. It's easier if you pick it up to make sure that your corners are lining up. At least that's what I found. And then because it's liquid adhesive, it gives me a little bit of time to play around with it. So there, just give it a good push. So I'm building it up. I'm getting a little bit of thickness to it now. I'll do one more. I'm going to do it this way this time. Put this one on the back. Just to make sure I have enough room in there for things to actually shake around. There we go. There. So it's really not that hard to build the shaker by just trimming that up. Let me see. Oh, there we go. Okay, so now I'm going to put that one there and that one there. So this one I'm going to glue directly down, but I want to make sure, I think that I've got some of this is stuck down because you can see it might pop up if it's not, and then my shaker stuff inside might be a bit of a mess. So I think it makes sense. It probably would have been a lot easier if I'd put some adhesive on the back, but I hadn't planned that out when I cut it. Initially, oh, that's not good. Initially, I thought I was just going to trim this out. I really shouldn't be doing this on top of there. It's harder to see though, but I don't want to get glue on everything. Try not to put too much on there. It'll get pretty oozy. I'll have to make sure that it's dry before I put my shaker stuff in. Did I get everything? I think so. Okay, so now I can just stick. Oh, what a mess. Yeah, that's gonna really need to dry. Good thing it dries clear. Okay, give that a good push. Make sure that there's some good pressure on that. Okay, and then I'm going to stick my frame on there. And then I'm going to move on to the next one. So again, make sure that I've got like a decent amount of glue, not too much. Hopefully you can see it. I know it's hard with the white on white. You'll see it easier when I do the black one probably. But I don't want my shaker stuff to come out. Okay, get that lined up. It's not perfect, see? And I'm just gonna let that sit and dry. Okay, so we're gonna set that one aside. I should probably, before I do this, I should probably do this. So I'm gonna quickly write on here. Let me grab my, excuse my arm. Oh, there's my pen. So add my name. Oh, I don't know what I'm going to call it. Whoops. We'll just call it black and white. And the date is September 9th. While I'm doing this, I'm going to do this other one so I don't forget. I already stamped it. So this stamp is, it's not sitting here. Here it is. It's from the classic ATC set, right? So I just like the shape of this one. I thought it would be nice on the back of these because there's also this one, which is from the original ATC set. Anyway, this one itself is called Break the Rules, but I know it came in a set. Anyway, so there's two choices there, but this is the one that I wanted to use. So I'm going to fill this one out too, because again, once I get everything assembled, it's going to be pretty hard to do this. So this one I'm going to call white and black, just to be different. And then I should, this is 2 of 2. I like to number mine because I usually do more than one at a time. Usually I do 4, but I decided only to do 2 today. Oh, I forgot the date. Okay, looks like I keep losing the comments there. Salt and pepper. Yes, that would be a good idea. Okay. Okay. Hopefully that's not fine. Okay, so now I can attach this. So I'm going to use my tape runner on this one. And it really doesn't have a top and bottom. And then that goes on there, and then I can actually put some pressure on there to make sure it's stuck. Okay, and then I have to remember when I'm decorating, there's a top and a bottom. Okay, so now I can move on to this one. So I'm going to go ahead and attach my bottom piece on. Hopefully I don't end up with glue on everything, but I can already see on my other one that it's pretty much gone. Especially once I get the shaker bits in there, you wouldn't even see that I had made a mess. So a little bit finicky to do this, but it's not too bad. Oh. Probably should have put a bit of scrap paper underneath because I'm going to have glue all over my desk. Whoops. Okay. I'm going to do it this way this time. Let's see if that works better. Haha. Make sure I'm lined up. I think I'm pretty good. Put some pressure on there. Well, that was easier that time. Okay, and now I can attach the frame. Yeah. Just make sure I guess it doesn't really matter which way I put it, but this is technically the bottom. There we go. A little bit more there. There's a little bit of a hole, I would say. So see, that's where the die cuts, whoops, were. Okay. So because this one is like a paperboard, it's got a little bit more strength to it, which was unintentional, but it's kind of neat. Okay, let's get that covered up. Okay, so now I have some bits of acetate. It's just like pieces left over from, I don't know, stamps or something. This one's almost the right size, but not exactly. So let's see what I have to trim. So I have to trim a little bit off of that edge. So I'll just grab my trimmer here. Hopefully everything doesn't collapse on me. Okay, so these are 3.5 by 2.5, standard ATC size. So there's my 2.5. And I could always be like slightly under just to make sure it's not hanging out. I could run it through the die, but I always have a hard time cutting acetate. And since we're nice and square, this is just faster. So 2.5. My acetate's not perfect, but it'll be okay. Looks kind of crooked there. Let me do that. Okay, so that's left over, and I might still be using that. Get rid of these little pieces. Okay. So now we've got these. Make sure they fit properly. Yep, looks good. Okay. So now I'm going to put some stuff inside. So let's see. I got something funny to show you. Okay. So I was going through cleaning up all my shaker bits the other day, and I found this in there. So I think it's little bits of glass. I think. You can see how much I paid for it. So that's less than $1 Canadian. So that's not very much. I have probably had this in my stash for over 30 years, maybe longer. I couldn't remember exactly what I had it for, but I remember now I had used to do ceramics. So I had painted this ceramic Christmas house that was like lit up underneath. It had a light inside, and the roof I painted white and then sprinkled this over top. So the roof has this on it. So that's what this was from. So anyway, we're going to try this and see what it's going to look like. I think it'll look good. If I can get it to come out of there. Oh, there we go. So, oh, hopefully I don't make like a crazy mess. Let's just try it in one and see. Ooh, I just thought it was kind of neat. It's kind of transparent. I want a fair bit in. I mean, I certainly have no need to keep it, although it's kind of cool for this. Looks like it had some bits of something in it. Maybe I can clean that out. Oh, I'm missing all the comments. I don't know what's going on with them. I can see them when I touch my screen, but they don't seem to stay for long. Oh, there's a bit of something. I don't know what that was. Oh, see? I don't know. Maybe you can't see it. It's pretty far away, but just a little piece of something that's a darker color. I don't know. Do I need more or not? And what's going to happen when I do this? Oh, it's not too bad. Usually when you do shaker stuff, there's so much static, it all starts to fly away. I'm going to add a bit more, because why not? Just put lots and lots in there. Okay, that's it. That's all I'm making. Now I have to put now I have to put the adhesive on without making a mess. So I'm going to do this one first and hope that I don't make a total mess of this. Let's see. Okay, let's just go with that. Okay. Hopefully this is going to be strong enough to hold the acetate. It should be. Hopefully that's not too much. Okay, let's see. Oh, now it's moving. I can hear it attaching itself to the acetate. Okay, hang on. I'm going to slide this off my desk. Flip it over. Let's see. Did it work? I think so. So this is tiny, tiny bits. So like I said, I need to make sure I've got a good seal. So hopefully that stays sealed up. I can see that some of the glue kind of seeped through, and some of that's going to stick to it, but that's okay. Okay, so now I got to stick this down. I should probably close this one up first before I make a really big mess. Okay. Would actually be kind of neat if there's bits of it stuck to the edge anyway. That actually would have been a neat thing to do on purpose. Maybe I will do that, and I'll put more glue on this one so that it can seep in. And we'll see what kind of difference it makes. So I've got a fair bit on there. Hopefully it seeps in and not out, but I think I can push it maybe in. Okay. Let's see if this is going to jump up again. Oh, this one doesn't have as much static on it as the other one. Okay. Whoa. Can you see the glue on the screen? Okay, there. So that's got a good seal on it. It's much thicker. And then I'm gonna give it a shake. So it didn't like stick a lot, but you can see that some of it did. So I don't know, that's kind of neat. Okay, so now I can stick my covers, just making sure I got the right time there. Oh, yes, so Sylvia said, will you alternate the pattern? Yeah, so that's why I decided to do it, was because I set it down, and when you alternate it, it looks pretty cool, eh? So that's why I actually decided to do the one on the inside, because like I said, initially I wasn't going to. I kind of looked at some different pattern paper that was black and white. It just didn't really look good to me because you couldn't really see the pattern very well. But yeah, so I cut an extra one of each of these and was just, I don't know, I just laid it over top. And I happened to lay it over top the opposite directions. And I'm like, oh, that looks really cool. So that's when I decided that I would go ahead and put it on the inside of the shaker as well. I probably got way too much adhesive on here this time. I probably don't actually even really need to on there, other than the fact that I don't want them to get caught if you're like putting it in and out of a sleeve or something. So if they're stuck down, they're a little bit safer. But I got a little bit heavy on there. I don't need to like worry. It's sealed now, so this part doesn't have any impact on it being sealed. Okay, so now I want it to be, yeah, this way. Okay. Give that a push. Oh, look at that. What do you think? I think that's pretty cool. Okay, let's do this one. These are turning out better than I even thought they would. Very happy with that. Whoops. Maybe I'm not gonna try and put as much because I don't really, like I said, I don't need to be as concerned with this top layer. But I am going to decorate it too a little bit, not a lot, because I don't want to hide this fun pattern that I've now created. Okay. Ooh, come on. Yeah, Teresa does. Hey, it looks really cool. By alternating the pattern. There we go. Yeah, I'm really happy with that. And like I said, it was just like a fluke kind of thing as I was just preparing. Okay, there we go. Okay. Uh-oh. Come on, stick it down there. Need to keep a little bit of pressure on that. Okay, so like I said, I'm not done. I'm going to do a little bit of decorating. So my plan, I'm going to, here, I'm just going to set these aside with this little bit of weight on them. There, I'll just set that on there. There we go. Make sure everything gets stuck down. Okay, so my plan is to make a slide, and I'm going to use this stamp on the inside. So let's start with that one. Okay, come on. Okay, so two options. I've grabbed out some vellum. So I'm going to stamp on the vellum, but then I'm also going to, I think, try stamping on the acetate and then see which one I like better, because I'm not sure. So might as well try both. So I didn't grab a block for these. There we go. That'll do. And that one. So now this is a new stamp that I haven't used yet. This is, oh, sorry. This is CS352 Travel and Postage. So I'm just making sure that there's no oils on the stamp so that I get a nice crisp image. I put hand cream on, so find a spot that doesn't have too much hand lotion on it. Sorry, I just gotta take a little sip here. Oh, yeah, so Belinda, you think you got the answer there. This is, it's called Diamond Dust, and I think it's actually little bits of crushed glass that I just had in my stash forever. Okay, so I'm going to use, what am I going to use? I'm going to use my Stays On for this. Okay, I need a little piece of paper, I think, to make sure I don't make a mess. I'm just putting, this is just the foam that I had my stamp on. I took all of the plastic. That's what this is from. This from some of the stamps. You know how the stamps come with the plastic? I don't like peeling the plastic off all the time, so I bought a roll of foam. So it's just thin, like packing foam. And I cut it up, and then that's what I mount all of my stamps on now. And it just makes it easier to take them on and off. It's so much easier. Okay, so I really only need 2 pieces of this, I think. So we're gonna go there. Come on. Whoa. Back there. Okay, and then I want my acetate. That inked up. Oh, don't move. Did I smudge? It's not too bad. I think I did, but that's okay. I got glue all over my fingers. Okay, I need to give that a quick clean. And then we're going to do the other one. See if I can do this without moving. It's very slippery. Oh, that one's better. Okay, well, I can always restamp the other one if I decide to use the acetate, because I'm not sure yet. How big are those openings? Yeah, that one was a little bit, I'm going to go this way. That one's a little bit smaller than the opening, but that should be okay. Okay, so we'll go with that. Get some cleaner on that. I know it doesn't matter so much if you have ink on your stamps, but I don't like it. I like to try and get them as clean as I can. Okay, that's going to take a little bit of time to dry, I think. So we'll just kind of, even this one might, but we have to stamp the other image anyway. What ink is this? Yes, it is Stays On, Febke. I use Stays On for that. Okay, so just give this a quick clean. Just want to double check. Okay. So I know I had a problem before with my clock not showing properly, and I ran a little bit over because I wasn't sure what time it was. So I want to make sure I don't lose track of time. Okay, so next I'm going to do this. So I'm going to use this one. And this one. Okay, so this is from CS261 framed. This one's still available on the website also, even though it's a much older set, but it's a great set. I love this one. Let me put it over there. I'm gonna get this one out of the way too. And there's my stamp block. Here, we'll just take that one off. Put that one on. These have been used, but still, I just always just have it now. I just do that. Make sure that my stamp is going to give me a nice crisp image. Okay, so now I am stamping on just this white. So this is, I don't even know, this is like a piece of packaging or something. I don't know, I just had it in my pile. But it's just heavier, so it's more like 100-pound cardstock. But yeah, it just was a scrap that I had laying around. Okay, so this time I'm going to do Versamark, and we're going to try something different with these. So I have this embossing powder, Allure. I don't know where I got it. I think I got it at my craft store, but I don't know. It was on clearance, so it might not be available. It's called Mercury Rising. So it's, can you see it? It's like black. But it's an interesting color. I used it for something recently. So we're going to give that a try and see how that turns out. So go ahead and ink that up. So just using my Versamark. 1 and then 2. I want them to be different. The same, but different. Okay. Okay, I don't like leaving these. I don't want it to dry. It's all sticky. Make sure I get that off there. I just use my stays on for that too. Okay, and here we go. Let's see if I can do this without making a mess. Ooh, it's interesting. It's black, but it's like not a true black. Might have to. I just thought it would be interesting to have a little bit of a gloss on it instead of everything just being flat black. Okay. Okay, come on, get back in there. Whoa. Okay. Get that covered up before it gets knocked over. Grab my trusty clipboard. This is just a clipboard with some aluminum foil on it. I've said before, I don't know if the aluminum foil does anything or not, but it was just something I had seen. So I figured I'd try it. And I love that I don't have to hold on to the paper and burn my fingers. And it's blowing a little bit. Let's see, come on. Oh, there, it's starting to go. So it's almost like a pewter color. It's definitely got like a metallic to it. I don't know, am I the only one that has a hard time getting their heat gun pointed in the right spot? I feel like the heat is not where I'm pointing it. There we go. In this spot. I think I missed a spot here. Okay. Oops. I still think I missed a spot there. if I hold it further away. Okay. Maybe that's my problem, is I hold it too close. But I find it never is in the spot I think it's supposed to be in. There we go. Okay. That one's done. Sorry, I just need another sip of water. Okay, and we're going to die cut this out. So, here we go. This one had a matching die set. This is it here. Yep, this is it here. Sorry. I don't know the number of this because I don't think it came with the stamp. I think it was separate. But I'm not sure that the die set's available anymore. But it's easy enough to fussy cut these out. It's really not that big of a deal. Okay. Oop, come on. Okay, cutting mat. Oops. And again, I like to turn it on an angle. There, we'll do it that way. Because they're not totally straight lines, but same thing. It cuts much better if your straight lines are on an angle. So there's one. Banging around. Can you see the metallic on there? Like it's, like I said, it's like a pewtery color. Okay. One more. Run that through. How am I doing for time? Uh-oh. Making an awful racket there. Getting everything all jammed up on the side of my desk. Okay, so now I have 2 slides. Now we get to decide what we're going to do. Okay, so that's good. Let's see if this is good. Yep, those are dry. Okay, so yeah, see, I kind of thought, that's why I thought the acetate wasn't really going to work. So that's why I ended up pulling out this. So, and maybe I could put white underneath it and put it on top. What do we think? Like that, or get back there, like that. It almost looks the same. Let's do one of each. Why not? Let's try it. We'll do one of each. Okay. So I just need to trim this up. There. I'm going to go like this, just so I can see what I'm doing better. I'll just put a little bit of adhesive. On there. There we go. And then a piece of this. Got embossing powder all over the place. Ah, come on. There we go. That's good enough. Okay. Whoa, that was a lot of glue. This is clean. I feel like it's kind of messy, but that's okay. There, so there I made a little slide. Okay, so that's one. Now my hands are covered in glue again. Let's close that. Come on, get in there. Okay, so this one, like I said, this one is a little bit smaller than the opening, but that's okay. So we want it to be about there. I don't want too much on the bottom side. Oh, I know what I was going to do too. Hang on. I just remembered something. Because of that being acetate, it probably doesn't matter. I could do it after. I have a tiny attacher here. But that's just more for decoration, I think. So let's just add a little bit of this. Put that on. I think that was a good spot. Did I make that big enough? And we'll put that side up because it's kind of messy. Yep. Oh, my dog's snoring. I don't know if you heard that or not. It wasn't too loud. He can be much louder. Okay. So hopefully this is going to show up on the black one. It should, right? Because there's a white frame around it. That one has a little bit more. Cool. Okay. So I want to use this. I'm going to wait. Hang on. I'm going to wait. Before I do that, I want to put, I don't know, what do we think? Do we need anything else on there? I want to keep them pretty simple. I want you to be able to see the shaker element. I was thinking probably a little sentiment or something would be nice. But I didn't pull out any sentiments. Got a couple here. See what that would look like. Might be too big. Then it's going to cover it all up. Or I could just do that. Ooh, I don't mind that. Let's do that. Oh, I didn't clean these off. I just went to take that off and it's all covered in cleaner. So hang on a second. Let me get that off of there. Put it away. I get stuff piled everywhere and now I'm running out of room. I gotta put some stuff away. I have a very tiny little space here. And I've like used up every little square centimeter. I've done a little bit of reorganizing. I changed up the way my desk is set up. So this is my first time doing a live with this new setup and I think it's okay. I just don't have, well, I think it's mostly because I have my die cut machine beside me. It's taking up most of my desk. So it's making it a little bit harder. Okay, let let's just move that out of the way. And then I need a little smaller block, I think. So it's always better to have a smaller block. You don't want a lot of extra hangover because that's when you end up with your block getting inked up and then getting ink on the paper or whatever it is that you're stamping on where you don't want it. Here's a little bit of paper. And we're going to do that with some black ink, right? Yeah, we'll just do it with some black ink. Oh, I had a black ink pad here somewhere. There it is. Okay, so here we go. We'll see what that's going to look like. Where'd my scrap paper go? And I'm going to use a different word, I think, for the other one. Okay, so I think I'm going to want my... let's see if I can freehand this. Okay, we'll give it a shot. Hopefully I don't make a total mess of it. I want to go like this. So I do freehand the ones, the phrases that David made, that stamp set. There's all the different ones, like the travel phrases and that have little boxes around them. Those ones are easy because they have a little line there to follow. And I'm not worried about them being perfect on the line when I'm doing those, but I don't want it to be wobbly. Okay. I'm going to dovetail this, I think. So if you're doing a dovetail, the easiest way, it doesn't really matter how big your dovetail is you cut up in the middle, just like I just did there. It helps to make it even. Okay, yeah, I like that. So I think, although it's not bad if I do that. Ooh, I don't know. What do you guys think? Better to overlap or better to have it separate? Let me know what you think, because I don't know which one's better. I'm going to, I think I need to stamp this one on black to make it look good. That means I need some black cardstock and some embossing powder. So let's see if I can do this quickly, because it's almost time. Almost time is up. Separate, overlap, overlap. Oh, this does not look like the right color. Overlap. Sorry, I have like two colors of cardstock, of black cardstock, and one is dark and one is a little bit lighter. I don't know. I don't think it makes a difference because that's different. Separate. It looks like everybody's kind of 50-50 here. Is there a third option? No, Femke, I don't know if the third option. You tell me what the third option is. Okay, let's get this done quick. And what do I need to stamp on? This. Okay, I need another word. Okay, now I'm rushing to get this done. Let's do this. This is fun. Sparkle. This is totally crooked, this piece of black, so I'm going to have to fix that. Excuse me. There we go. And I did not grab my embossing powder. And what do I want? White. Luckily my space is small, so everything's really close. Okay, scrap paper. So I just got some white embossing powder here. There we go, and I didn't powder that beforehand, so it's a little bit blotchy. Oh well. Probably shouldn't use the same paper I used black embossing powder on either. Okay, let's get this going. I'm just gonna hold it this time. What do you think? It's a little bit blotchy. Oh well, nothing's perfect. It doesn't matter. Like that. And we're going to trim that up so it looks better. And a little bit off of this side. Did I do that straight-ish? Okay, so again, just dovetail that end. Okay, so I don't know that we had consensus on this. I see a lot of overlaps, so let's do that. Okay. So I'm gonna go like that. I think I will just do this. It might not show up all that well because it's silver. Anyway, I just thought it would be fun to add that. I'm gonna use just this tape gun to stick this down like that. And for this one, same thing. Can't decide still. There. Is that straight? I think I'm a little bit off there. Okay, so again, as we're finishing up here, don't forget to like, comment, and share this video for your chance to win a $50 gift card from Elizabeth Craft. Oh, I need a staple. And if you do, you could be a winner like Vicky DeBrune was today. She won from, I guess it was last week's videos, shares. There we go. So now that I've added like words, I probably would have changed the naming on these. Instead of black and white, I would have maybe added the word sparkle to the title. You know what? I'm gonna do one overlap and one like that. There we go. And I'm done. I'm done. So I hope you like that. My fun little shakers. Oh, I know what I have to do. I have to put them in my book, which I've lost, which I had sitting here. Here it is. There. So now I can put it in with all my other ATCs. Whoops. So you can get the ATC sleeves still. These are great. And you can just take your little book with you and you can trade. Look at that. Even though they're thick, they still fit excellent in these sleeves. There we go. That's cool. I'm really happy with how those turned out. Anyway, thanks everybody for watching. And have a great day, and hopefully we'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.